Okay, with Alexander we've been working on what we call a heel sit to tall kneel. So this position here is a heel sit where he's on his knees and his bottom is resting on his heels. We've been doing it at a surface. The reason that we're working on this exercise is to work on his core strength, his trunk control, but as well as working on getting some glute and bottom muscle activation. And then once he's up in tall kneeling, working on him propping through his arms, holding his trunk nicely and keeping his hip extension. So once again, his glutes working. This is a really important exercise for him because he's starting to stand and weight bear really well through his legs, but he really needs to develop good hip extension to be able to stand and walk, but also to develop that trunk and pelvic control to be able to do any other higher level activities too. So for this one, he starts in this position. I usually just put my legs around his legs to stop them from coming out to the side, but today he's holding them in beautifully. From here, normally, he just pulled himself up really, really nicely. Oh, good try. Chin down, mister. So if I'm finding it's trickier to get him up, I'll bring one hand to his bottom, one hand just gently to his chest, and we kind of come up really gently. I'm giving him probably minimal assistance. Alexander, can you put your chin down? And then once he's up, he normally holds it really, really nicely. It works really well if I give him a toy in front that has some kind of flashing light on it. And once he's up, we're looking for him to hold this kind of position. So he's got Alex pushing up. If I can get him to hold it. Hey, up to hold, please. Okay, so we're looking for him to have his chin tucked down like that, or in a nice neutral position. We're looking for his body to be really straight, so his shoulders stacked over his pelvis and over his knees. We want him to be in this extended position because it's getting that hip extension we're talking about and that glute control we're talking about. It's also getting a nice push up through his arms. We'll do another one as well. So we'll come down. I normally only hold the kneeling for about 10 to 20 seconds depending on how he's going. So to go up again, my hand comes to his bottom, my other hand gently on his tummy, just mindful of his peg. Coming up, I wait for Alex to help me to come up, up, up. Good. Then once he's holding it, when he holds it really nicely, push up to those arms, please. I can just hold at his pelvis here and keep that hip extension. If he's not pushing up onto his arms, I'll bring my hand up to his shoulders and see if I can get him to push up like that. And then he should be able to hold it longer than he's doing today, but generally he can hold it for about 10 seconds or so. So I normally do between 8 and 12 reps, just depending on how he's going. It's a really nice one to just practice like on a coffee table or in front of the TV where you can pull up and you can watch something to keep him interested and engaged. If you want to make it harder, he is doing really well at this. If you want to make it harder, you can change this surface here. So you could make this surface a little bit more dynamic, so you could put a pillow or a towel across it so it's not quite as firm, doesn't give him as much support. You could also bring the surface up higher as well, because that means he's not going to be able to pull quite as much through his arms and he's going to have to use more of his core and his pelvis to get him up. And that's it. Well done.